Members, good morning. Am I have Miss Sally Anderson in this room today? Please say present. Agency. Present. I am Queenie, property manager attending on the behalf of Miss Sally Anderson. Member. Am I having Mr. Gray wasn't in this room today?
Present.
Member. Please, Queenie, can you please hand in all your documents today? Agency. Yes, member. Member. Miss Queenie, you may now present your case. Agency. Hi, member, and also the tenant, Mr. Gray. We are managing the 26 Lindsay Street in Burwood, New South Wales. Mr. Gray leased the property for 10 months ago. During this time, he has been constantly late with his rental payment. During and often up to a week late. Gray has only paid his month rent due on the 1st of April. On the 16th of April, Jew has been served a notice to vacate. Gray has emailed us on the 21st of April and told us that he will leave the property on the 4th of May, at which time he will pay the outstanding of the rent. It now is already 10 days and Gray has neither vacated the property or paying the outstanding rent. So that's why we have to taking the further action in order to apply for tribunal today. Member, Mr. Gray, you may now present your points.
Dear member, the reason for my constant late payment of the rent is due to irregularity of my work. Well, recently my work hours had been cut back, and although I have tried my best, but I admit that I am often late with my payments. The stress caused at work was also making it difficult to concentrate on day-to-day activities, which is why I had not vacated the property. My work situation has now improved and I will be getting longer hours. I did talk to my boss about some of my work stresses, and my boss has agreed to make some changes to my work processes. So I would like to ask for extra 3 weeks, so I have time to find another property with the lower budget.
Member, Miss Queenie, what are you seeking today? Will you be happy with the tenant offer? Agency. Dear member, I really understand the tenant position, but on the other hand, since the interest rate has went up already, our owner is struggling to pay for the mortgage now. So what if the tenant still couldn't make up with all the arrears before? So I'm so worried. What if he could not pay for all of the arrears before and now it's added extra of another 3 weeks? The owner will have to incur even more loss. So I think it's a very big concern for me. Member, I have looked into all the documents already. The notice was sent out on the correct date and the agent arrived about 1 week late. Anyone will still will want to add anything on?
Well, I know the owner and the managing agent are very patient with me already, and I do appreciate that. That's why, since my work's now getting better, I think I can try to pay the arrears.
Mr. Gray, member, Mr. Gray. So how much can you pay? Can you pay all the arrear now after the tribunal today?
Well, I still need some money to find new house too, so to put deposit, and pay the bond for them. So I think I can pay half of the area first for the next 3 weeks, and then of course I will pay extra on top of the regular rent after that.
Member, Miss Queenie, how do you think about it? Agency. I am happy with it, but I think 3 weeks will be a bit risky for the owner. Besides, on the owner side, so I think it will be more comfortable with 2 weeks of the time, because as you know that like 1 week of the payment, the price will be like it's been added up quite a lot too, and I'm not sure whether like he will definitely will make a payment today, because even like if he already promises on the tribunal hearing today, but right after that he couldn't make any payment, so we can't forcing him much, and extra at another 3 weeks is, I think is a long time for the owner in order to waiting him to moving out and find a new tenant too. So I would like to ask you to reconsider about that 3 week, and instead of that 3 week, I think 2 week will be reasonable for both sides, so both the owner and also the tenant, so they also have enough time in order to finding another property already. Member, the residential tenancy agreement is terminated in accordance with the Section 87 of the Residential Tenancy Act 2010, as the tenant has breached the agreement by failing to pay the rent in accordance with the agreement. Second thing, the tribunal is certified in accordance with the Section 89, number 5 of the Residential Tenancies Act 2010, that the tenant has frequently failed to pay the rent in accordance with the agreement. Number 3, the residential tenancy agreement is terminated as of on the 7th of June 2023, and the possession is to be given to the landlord on the date of termination. 4, the order for the possession is suspended until the 7th of June 2023. Number 5, the tenant will pay $800 today after the tribunal and pay $400 on top of the weekly rent in next 2 weeks. Number 6, the tenant shall pay the landlord a daily occupational fees at the rate of $62.86 per day from the day after the date of termination, namely on the 30th of April 2016 until the date vacate possession is given to the landlord. If the tenant didn't vacate the property, you will able to apply for the warrant. Did you understand, agency? Agency. Thank you, member, for that. So I just have a few other question is, so if this is just only for the purpose of the insurance. So since the insurance, they will requesting like how much the owner will lose until the date when the tenant moving out. So basically, but they need a court order. In that case, what we will need to do in that case? Member, what I can suggest you on that case is you can apply for a release so they can, with the release, we can summarize of how much the tenant we need to pay the landlord up to the day when they're moving out, and on our court order it will note that the total fees. So with that document, you, if it is what the insurance has been asking you guys to submit on, so that's what I will suggest you to apply for. But to my experience, like sometimes like that, you can asking the insurance company for more detail related to that. But yes, with the order of the total amount, you will need to apply for a release agency. Thank you for the member today.
Thank you, member.